As I'm here in the marina taking a lunch break, I just think about all my many clients who live at the highest level in their lives and how blessed I am to be able to have these kind of people that are constantly reminding me that, life is for all of us. And it really does depend on how we're thinking, how we're growing, how we look at different situations in our life. That great quote, that powerful quote, circumstance don't make the man or woman, it reveals them. Just think about that for a minute, it reveals them. Do you walk around hating, envying, mad at everybody for your situation or your circumstances you're going through? Look at your challenges as projects. It's something to build your stamina, build your business stamina, build your mental strength, build your physical strength. Those things are there so that you can become stronger, wiser. We have to move into a new paradigm. So I got some homework for you. I want you to write on a piece of paper, what's great about this challenge in my life? That now I'm going to look at as a project. How can I break down this project into goals that work to move me out of it and shift me permanently so I won't have to go through this test anymore? What am I willing to give in order to move out of this? What am I willing to do? And sometimes, you know what, in survival mode, we don't even think about those things. We just be in survival mode. And sometimes we don't ask ourselves the right questions. Over the years, I put myself in bad circumstances. I've seen others put themselves in bad circumstances by not really working through sub-goals and projects of breaking it down of what am I willing to give, what am I willing to do to get me out of this. The first thing we think is, I'll do anything to get myself out of this, and then we start doing anything. And then that's how people go down a spiral hole. They start attracting the wrong people and circumstances in their life. I remember even being on a bus when I was homeless, and I was in Cot Shelter in Detroit, Michigan. I remember riding the bus and feeling like everyone else's life was better than mine, and that I was trapped in some bubble. I couldn't get out. And for some reason, though, I began to train my own brain on neuro-linguistic programming. I started asking myself the right questions, like, what am I grateful for in life? What am I committed to? What is the beauty of this situation? And once I continued to ask myself those questions, the inner work came and I started to see my circumstances different. And I knew once I came out of those situations that I wasn't going to go back to those, because I made myself do the inner work. I pushed myself to a new standard, a new way of thinking about my situation. And when you choose that new way of thinking about your situation and your circumstances, you kind of move out of them so quickly. But when we're going through them, we can't see all the problems and challenges, because we're just looking at, I'm in it, this hurts, I'm mad at everybody, this person did this to me, that person did this to me. And all we have to do is really focus on, what's the beauty of this challenge right now? What am I committed to? What do I need to sacrifice and get out of this to move myself to the next level in my life? And that's where we start. And once you start dealing with those questions, and even your speech, there are things that we have no control of that's really, really hard. But when it's dealing with, circumstances, regular issues in life, we got power and control over that. We have to start even using the right language about our circumstances. If you put negative self-talk on yourself every day, guess what? 20 days of that accumulation of negative self-talk, it's going to be a whole bunch of negative things around you. You're not going to be able to see beauty. You're going to be wondering how you got out of it. You're going to have to fight your way out. Yeah, we're given challenges and circumstances. Sometimes we don't know better. Sometimes we do better when we know better. Sometimes it's just growing pains from no one telling us, anything. If you don't have anybody in your life that's a mentor, we have books that can mentor you. Believe me, I don't feel like I was raised right. I grew up with 2 alcoholic parents, one who was on drugs heavily, abusive home. But you know what? I had good books in my life. I always chose books to be my comfort, to talk to be my mentors, until I attracted mentors, until I knew how to attract mentors in my life that helped me to the next place. Books, we probably all have them. You probably got a couple of books right now that you can read right now. But it's really about your level of awareness and mindfulness, about if you really committed. What are you committed to? Are you really committed to doing the inner work? Are you really ready? Do you want to do it? That's the whole thing it boils down to. Sometimes we just lazy. Sometimes we just want to be in drama mode. We just like the fascination with drama. Once I realized that about myself, and that I realized at a certain point in my life that I was just attracted to the drama, and that's what I was attracting. And once I decided to tap out of that, and I realized, wow, I was attracted to the drama. I was fascinated with the drama. I wanted drama in my life. I didn't think I wanted drama in my life, but I always had it in there because there was something about it that I felt like was giving me excitement, was giving me the, that extra oomph that I felt like I didn't have any adventure in my life. And I realized that I'm just an adventurous person. I love adventure, but I was looking at adventure and attention the wrong way. Once you tap out of that, once you realize and connect with that, and you realize that you're tapped in this drama, and then it's like a 360 happens, a 360 shift. Like all of a sudden it's like you're going around in a circle, and it's like, dang. And then you start seeing people. It's like you're outside of yourself. You're outside of you're having this awareness of who you are in the world and how you're relating to people. And then you do some self-reflection, and you see those circumstances that lined up to your reactions, and then you slowly start to change and shift those. And the minute you have that self-awareness with it, those things start changing in your life immediately, as soon as you have that shift in your consciousness. So commit today to your self-growth. Commit today with tapping into your mind, tapping into what's dramatic in your life, tapping into how am I relating to my circumstances? How am I treating people in the world? Am I building karma credit up, or am I losing karma credit? Because whatever way you're reacting in the world, whatever you're revealing through your circumstances comes back to you eventually. It does. It comes back to you. You might think you're getting away with stuff, but we don't get away with nothing. We live on a spiritual earth. We're spirit. We're truly mind, body, and spirit. Take that spirit thing to heart. Take it to heart. Start using your mind, thinking. It's not a joke here, You can think it's fun and games, but what are you truly committed to? I need you to think about that commitment. I need to think about what are you revealing in your life about yourself, about who you are. So I want you to do some homework. I want you to write on a piece of paper, what am I committed to right now? What is great about this challenge? Whatever it is, write it down. Write it down work it out. Start writing until you come up with some positive things about it. What am I willing to do to change it? What am I willing to do to make it the way I want? Sometimes we don't think about those things. We just get angry. We're thinking, oh, I'll do anything. No. Break it down. Make your mind work. You got to do the inner work. Make your mind work. Start writing those things down. Maybe the first 5 things that you write down are bad things, are terrible ways of relating to the world. But get to the good part. Start thinking about it. Start accessing your brain. And honestly, the way you access your brain too is you got to start eating better. Start drinking lemon water. Start detoxing your body, detoxing your mind. It all is connected. Get off those GMOs. Get off that dairy. Start figuring it out, focusing your brain, start eating better, working out, and using that mental space. Start using your higher power to help you open up that mental space so that you can accept, the messages that your spirit is trying to tell you to move out of it. So ask yourself some empowering questions. I'm Mimi Miller, and thank you for joining me again. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll talk to you soon.